Netflix has made its hit series Adolescence free to watch for secondary schools in an effort to help pupils understand the impact of misogyny and the dangers of being radicalised online.
The series explores the fallout after a seemingly normal 13-year-old boy is accused of murdering a girl in his class. In a meeting with the show's creators yesterday, the Prime Minister admitted the series is a hard watch, but one students need to see. But should the series be shown to young boys in school?
Criminologist and author Andre Harriet believes in the right context, Adolescence could make a difference. But social scientist Dr. Sophie King-Hill argues it risks demonising young men. Very good morning to both of you. Dr. Sophie King-Hill, you're a social scientist at the University of Birmingham. Is there evidence, do you think, that this would help? Because Netflix have made this available for children and teachers in schools. Or could it actually have the reverse effect?
Yeah, I absolutely think it should not be shown in schools. I think it's been a complete knee-jerk reaction. It's sensationalism, and it risks demonising young men as a gender to be feared. Nobody has spoken to young people about this, if this would be useful. Nobody has consulted with schools. And there's some pockets of really good work going on at the moment that's evidence-based. So instead of having this knee-jerk reaction and showing this programme in schools, why aren't they trying to upscale the work that's already going on? And also, it's rated a 15. This means 15 and 16-year-old boys are going to be watching something that relates to a 13-year-old in the exam years. I think it's completely unrealistic.
Andre, you think actually it could have a positive benefit?
I do. So to provide context, I'm a criminologist, sociologist, and I've worked with thousands of children in custody and community settings. And I find that the messages within adolescence, they're key as a deterrent for some of the younger children in secondary schools as well. I mean, you can focus on the impact that murder has, the impact that the grieving families are experiencing, the criminal justice response to children being involved in criminality. Those are some of the key themes you can pull out to be a deterrent for children for becoming involved, including the misogynistic language, including harmfully sexualised behaviour towards girls and women. But getting that information into children much earlier could be a deterrent, absolutely.
It's not the difficulty here that you're talking about children already within the criminal system.
Absolutely.
I mean, certainly you can understand that children who have already been exposed to this and are behaving in that way, this may be beneficial to them.
Yes.
But you are also showing it to all those who haven't been exposed to it, who didn't know about it, and you run the risk of it being an educational facility for them, moving them towards it, don't you?
So the challenge we have, our children are already exposed through social media to so much, that we're unaware of as parents and as adults. We have to be able to guide and provide a strong counter-narrative to some of that online harmful language, harmful behaviour, because we've left them out in this world of social media for so long. They have to have interventions which support and provide a counter-narrative.
Dr. Sophie King-Hill, you mentioned that there are other things which actually we know work. I think a lot of people are concerned that the Prime Minister has got on board with this drama and is reacting to it as if it's something that has actually happened or could happen. But how often do 13-year-old boys commit this kind of violence inspired by misogyny online? I'm not denying there is a connection between misogyny online. It has been mentioned in certain criminal cases. But with children committing these crimes?
Yeah, I think
young children of 13?
We've got to remember that this is a drama for Netflix. It's not been designed as an educational tool. And to put it into schools and to think that it's going to combat these really complicated, complex issues for different boys in different situations is just incredibly naive at the very least.
So this is where I disagree. I have to say, I've seen such a positive response from practitioners within the field. So that's youth justice leaders, that's criminal justice leaders as well, who are saying that this is a tool that can be used within not just school settings, within wider communities to talk about the type of language which is harmful to girls and women.
I tell you what the problem is with that, though. That's professionals saying that. Who's spoken to the young people?
So,
do young people think
Yeah.
that this is a useful tool to come in at 15 and 16?
So again,
this
interestingly,
is far too little, far too late.
Interestingly, language is important. So I work with children. I don't work with young people. I work with children under the age of 18. And when we go into schools and we deliver something called the Boys to Men programme, which supports them to think about healthy relationships, they'll say to us, you know, the language we use towards girls, we wouldn't use that towards our mums, our nieces, our grandparents, etc. So why has that language become normalised? What you then find are older children are changing their culture. They're moving from becoming bystanders to challenging language and challenging inappropriate behaviour. And it teaches the younger ones as well, this is how we should conduct ourselves within schools.
Yeah.
So I think there's some real validity in going into those spaces and using this information.
Sophie?
I think it's, like I said, it's naive, and I think it's incredibly flawed to think this is going to fix the complex endemic issues that we have within the education system.
And so I agree with that.
Okay.
And what I don't think we should do is just press play on this. I think it should be a structured intervention within schools.
Teachers, Netflix are offering this copyright free. We'd be interested to know whether you're planning to show it if you're teaching in a secondary school, whether you're planning to show it or not. Do get in touch.
Yeah, Simon says, I'm an English teacher. Recently showed the first episode to my Year 10 class, which is age 14 to 15. You could have heard a pin drop. They were glued and wanted to watch the rest. I used it as a review writing lesson afterwards. Fantastic. A very useful show. Thank you both so much. Great to talk to you this morning. It's certainly